Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday. What a day. What a day has been, man. Like 30 minutes ago, just some heavy news dropped about the Gym Leader Challenge format. Don't know if you guys have seen it, or you probably have, to be honest. A lot of the Discords are popping off right now with discussion about these two cards, Double Colorless and Twin Energy. You had to be living under a rock if you didn't know that these cards were under the chopping block. I've got like time stamped messages from Tricky Jim being like, "Hey, these cards are probably gonna go." So huge news, huge news. I'd probably say since I've been playing Gym Leader Challenge, probably the biggest news and probably going to be the biggest switch up. But on the Gym Leader Challenge website, and of course, popped up in all the discords and stuff like that, officially announced that Double Colorless and Twin Energy banned. Not even a limitation, baby. They're just banned. Both of them straight out. If you're playing Colorless, you got double turbo left. And if you're Dragon, hey, you're safe. You're safe for the moment. Now, the ban, just so that we're clearing things up right here, isn't going to come into effect until April 24th. So you've got some time. If you're planning on being at Atlanta Regionals and you're going to be playing the side events, you can do that. All the talk has been this is when the live event, whatever is going on the live simulator, they're going to be doing their Gym Leader Challenge event. So this is going to kind of tee up with that in some shape or fashion. Again, I saw Morse mention something along those lines. I'm going to trust him since he's a full grip games local. He's got that inside scoop. But hey, DCE and Twin, they're gone, man. I remember talking about these cards being gone, wanting them gone for a while. People keep bringing up like Guzman Hala and like Snorlax, and Snorlax is impressive. It's a really good card, but we knew all along it was the double energies, and it's good to see that is acknowledged now. They're gone. Unconditional double energies gone, baby, and we can get back to just attaching one energy at a time, unless you're Dragon or you want to play DTE, which just have a pretty hefty cost to it. The article, very well written, very straightforward. I like all the points that are being made. Obviously, I've been an advocate that double energies needed to go, and I thought that we would never see both gone. I thought we'd just get one. Thought we'd get like a limit at best. Both being gone, still hard to believe. But, great thing. I love that Mahone in here mentioned, his ban philosophy. Hey, don't ban the newer cards. They're accessible. If they're new cards, that's what creatures and TPCI are going to keep doing. They're going to keep printing cards that synergize with what they're printing for these new sets, or they're liking what they're doing, so they're going to keep doing that. But what they're not going to do is reprint some of these busted older cards. So like, he mentions down here a couple things. Don't ban Torterra, ban Force of Giant Plants. Don't ban the Archeops that gets energy from your deck. Instead, ban Research Lab because it's an older card that they're probably not ever going to print again. The same thing with our poor little self-evolving 40 HP Duskull, which I've played a ton, is banned instead of the new Dusclops and Dust Noir that can kind of sack themselves to, put 5 or 13 damage counter. So ban philosophy makes a ton of sense. New cards are going to keep going this way. That's what they're planned to do. Older cards don't quite fit into what's going on. Let's get rid of the older cards. And then, you have, kind of his thoughts on some of these other things that were going on. Hey, we can't ban Snorlax because there's just going to be another busted, DCE attacker that's trying to keep up with these double or triple prizers in standard. So, that's not going to fix the solution. Are we just going to keep banning good, powerful attackers over and over and over again? And then, of course, they mentioned some of the evidence here from the Full Grip Games 1K, which was just a showcase of all the wonderful things that Colorless has to offer. They mentioned the Hops package. They mentioned Fan Rotom. I just saw a comment that Tricky Jim made in the Discord where he was like, yeah, like you just add in these cards, you get rid of those double energies. Like it'll feel more or less the same, but it'll be a little bit more fair. Yeah, Tyven, I hate that he keeps saying this isn't just a nerf's colorless, but yeah, the whole article is colorless is the problem, right? Colorless is the problem. My heart goes out to dark players because I get like Guzzlord gets nerfed, right? Guzzlord is extremely powerful. It's a little less powerful now, and I've seen a lot of people mention this too. I don't think that's a bad thing. Guzzlord is a push card. That card is so good, and it's been in this format since its inception. And so like it's gonna be around. We're just gonna figure out a different way to play it. And part of me being the way that I like to brew things, like I'm excited about the prospect of looking at what a Guzzlord deck is gonna be without double colorless. Or I'm excited about what colorless is gonna be now that it's not so pushed and we're gonna have to actually make decisions. So that's where I'm at. What can these decks look like? Uh, again, I think the article is really well read. Here I am paraphrasing some points and giving you guys kind of the feedback. Just go read it, look at it. I think this is a huge step for Gym Leader Challenge. Obviously, balance is impossible, and that's mentioned in the article. Not banning to make balance. It's impossible. And Andrew goes into his thoughts. Hey, we don't print cards for the format. It's never going to be balanced, right? So, this is a way. This is the step. This is the push. So yeah, I think it's a good ban. I love how quickly it came because again, the writing's been on the wall, right? It's been here, right in front of our eyes, just dangling. And the ban happened. And he's like, it's happening April 24th. The next full grip game 1K won't have it. The regionals after Atlanta won't have it. We're not in a lame duck format. We're not all sitting here like, are we waiting for these cards to be gone? This kind of will she, won't she sort of deal. No, they're gone. They're gone. And it's good to see, and it's good to know early, after the 1K, where we're like a week and a half removed from the 1K, right? Maybe just a week. I don't even know. I've lost track of time. When was the 1K? It might have been 2 weeks ago at this point. But, it happened quickly. It's decisive. It makes sense. It's got good explanations. This is what you want from the people that are running your format. You want, we've kept track of this card for a long time. We have a lot of evidence to back it now. We've got an in-person dominance with this deck. Like Ben Morse put on a show. Trevor Tankman put on a show. Colorless had a great weekend overall. Maybe didn't convert into the top. Still, it took it home. So that's where I'm at with it. Good ban. Like the ban. Yeah. You have to let me know if you guys agree with me or don't. I love people. I know, again, people are sad. People are sad that Dark got a little worse. Some other archetypes got way worse. But, you got to think about it is like, is this good for the overall, the future of the format? I think the answer is yes. Now, if you got your gold DCEs, you got your gold twins. Again, my heart goes out to you. You never love to see people spend money on cardboard that gets banned. But that's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. Good communication, bad ban. But I've liked most of the recent bans. Okay, Tyven, I respect that. It's hard for me because I'm so in on getting rid of the double energies. it's like been my biggest dream, right? For us to like get back to a simple attach sort of dealio. Yeah, Tyven, I'm gonna be honest. You mentioned the boss Lysander treatment. That's where my brain was going. I was like, this has to happen. A limit, maybe not a ban, a limit. And then just to be like both of them gone, I was like, I'd never considered that before, but it makes a ton of sense, and I'm happy about it. Obviously, again, heart goes out to people who really enjoyed colorless. It's going to take some time. Dark is going to pick up the pieces. Dark's going to be fine. We're going to play Crobat now. It's going to be good. Your Crobat's going to get gusted, but that's okay. We got Phantom's Reward. It's going to be good. So again, I'm on the news of good banning, great communication. Things are good. All right. Someone asking, where do you check in for the tournament? We do got a tournament to run. Crobat is wild, Cope. I got my badge with Crobat, man. Don't hate Pan Pan. I got my badge with it, baby. I love Crobat. Crobat's one of my favorite Pokemon. So the fact that it's like kind of playable is great. But it works with Reversal and Triple Excel. So there's that. I will say that a lot of my locals didn't know what that Crobat had done. So, there's that. There's that. I think, not being able to read the card till I was ready to use it probably helped to a certain degree. But sniping of Vulpix was pretty sick. Don't worry about the colorless players. They'll still be good. I mean, that's the thing. Colorless will be fine. I'm not even worried about colorless players. Because if you've been playing colorless recently, like, you've been playing the best deck in the format. You've had your time in the spotlight for a while now. So, hey, take a step back. Come and join us. Join the Fire Brigade. I'm not one of them, but they need you. Join the fighting fans, Be where grass is, just for a little bit. Because colorless is going to get something pushed, and it'll be fine. Again, I'm not even worried about those types. It's just dark right now. Just dark. All right, we got 9 people playing tonight. That's kind of busted for the tournament. Colorless is gonna be fine. The great thing is, like, colorless is gonna be fine, and it's gonna be archetypes that like aren't the ones you're expecting. Like, colorless spread is still really good, right? Like, Fan Rotom makes that deck. So I always liked Fan Rotom as a card. I'm with like Mahone on this one. I don't know if these are his exact thoughts. So I'm not going to put my words in his mouth, but I like the card for the consistency that it provides. And I like cards that let people play more of the game. So I think that Fan Rotom, like Guz Mahala, is a card that people have been bringing up a lot. Like, those cards are consistency pieces. Sure, they've got other things you can do with them. You can attack with Fan Rotom. You can do busted things with Guz Mahala. But having those cards as like good, strong consistency pieces maybe outweighs some of the bad they do. Whereas like DCE, it's just like all you can really do is like attach, and there's like no other real piece to those cards, right? So I like this ban. I think it's a fair ban. I get why people are upset. I am not upset, but again, I will commiserate with you any way you want to. So, Tyven mentioning that's what I hate the most. Colors will be fine. All my fun decks, yeah. It's hard. It's hard to be like, here's your fun deck. Continue to play it. I remember having this conversation with Roger a while ago. And he's like, my fun decks. I'm like, yeah. I love your fun decks. Just keep the DCNs and play them at your at your kitchen table. They'll be fine. But of course, missing out on playing your cool decks at locals is also something I do. All right, round 1 going up. I'll have some more thoughts as we play. 2. All right, let me double check here. Make sure we got everyone. Who's this? Chovilga. Let me see. So there's one person who is signed up, checked in, but doesn't have their list. And of course, didn't give me their Discord username. We'll go there. Bright Beam Sunflora in shambles. No, Sunflora. I actually was kind of meaning to check that deck out. I'm kind of sad now that I don't get to play it. You know what? Bring it back. Bring it back for a day, chat. All right. Let's just go ahead and start here. I don't have any way to contact this person. All right. Admin, dashboard, start the tournament. All right. Let's see. Did we get the buy? Always possible we got the buy. Hey, we're playing less. All right. Going to check in here, and then let's get this sent out to everyone. Our pairings. Pandatar getting the buy, unfortunately. Sad day. Sad day for that. I can't dodge the buy. All right. Where are you at, Twinleaf? Let's go and find our person. All right. We're looking for an Elias. Ooh, don't see that on here. But you just gotta make your in-game username the same as your name, Elias. It's all right. We'll get back. We'll get back to these days. Elias327. All right. Admin. Edit participants. Elias Ouchie Cactus. Where you at, Ouchie Cactus? There he is. All right. GLC. No time limit. And we got to find our psychic mid-range list. I didn't even get a chance to talk about my deck today. It's a sweet deck. One I've been playing a lot recently. See if it's going to be any good here. All right, we're going to go second. No basic Pokemon in hand. Oh, Clavel would have been so busted. There's Wob, though. I like Wob a lot. Starting Wob is great. Into colorless. Oh, no. I'll have to see how this goes. We might keep Wob up here for a bit. I got Boss's Orders, too. That's pretty nifty. So I'm playing Galarian Articuno, as you guys can see here. We'll see. Oh, there's Artisan. Artisan's pretty cool and nifty. Too much excitement to get to the deck pile. Yeah, I mean, I tried to start a little bit early today, but you guys know how it is when you got a little one. He's still up a little bit, but he'll be in bed here shortly. So want to spend some time with him. Was reading through some of the Discord messages as we were getting ready for our nighttime, though. But yeah, just too big of news. All right, there's a Psychic Energy. All right, I got Buddy Buddy, I got Ultra Ball, I got Nest Ball. I wish that this was like almost anything else. So, oh yeah, Wobbuffet stops fan Rotom. Absolutely busted, chat. Absolutely busted. All right, what are we gonna start? So Oricorio would be cool. Unknown draws me an extra card here. I don't know if I'd want to use that 100%, but I do want to get my evolutions. I got Malamar, I got Inkay, I got Natu, I got Zatu. All of those are Buddy Buddy Poffinable. Almost everything's Buddy Buddy Poffinable, to be honest. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a Natu here. Let's Buddy Buddy Poffin it up. I think I do want a Routes. I think I want to get Dreepy. I think I kind of want Dreepy in this matchup. And then with this Nest Ball, I can grab a Inkay. Go ahead and drop down Inkay here. I think I am going to attach this energy to Dreepy. To be honest, I probably should have attached to Routes here. And when I attach to Routes, I should Teleportation Burst back, and then I could Bird Keeper up. I don't really want to use any of my supporters, so I think this is just an in-the-turn sort of moment. Yeah, what's up, Marcus? Yeah, you missed the discussion. We were talking about the article and all that stuff, and about Mahone's ban philosophy, and about how I thought it was a pretty good ban, and how I've been kind of an advocate for that for a while. Obviously, limiting was always on our mind, but the fact that they were potentially. Oh, we're gonna go up in. Oh, we're getting paralleled here. Yeah, we're gonna ditch the Dreepy. But the fact that both were on the table blows my mind. Still blows my mind. There's the duo. There's the barrel. All right, and here comes Snorlax, and there goes the duo down. Parallel going to be kind of tough for us to deal with it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. All right. I wish we had that energy now. I want to get into Kirlia this turn. Ultra Ball away some things. Just what do we Ultra Ball away here? Probably Quick Ball, maybe Galarian Articuno. I could see it being Boss's Orders. There's really nothing I want to boss up. So if I do that, though, I do have to discard one card to Kirlia here. And I could just like Bird Keeper up into Natu, but losing Wobbuffet into the active could be tough. So I think let's just, kind of play it safe here. Let's get rid of those two cards. Let's just grab Kirlia. Let's evolve. I am going to ditch Boss's Orders here so that we draw. That's not too bad. That does let me kind of pivot. So I do want to go Inkay into the active. Let's go ahead and float Stone here. Let's retreat. Let's evolve into Zatu. Let's level ball here. Let's grab a Malamar. Let's go Malamar. And then let's Psychic Recharge and Energy onto Kirlia. And let's pass. All right. Feel pretty good about this turn, but I still like, I don't really have a lot of attackers. Opponent's got a huge hand over there. I'm tempted to Marnie. There's a U-turn board to Squovit. I'm going to evolve into Dodrio. Still doesn't have access to abilities on their side. I would love to get, that Articuno back and go to town on Barrel. That's public enemy number 1, I think, on their side of the board. Powerful colorless going to Snorlax. All right, interesting. That's one that, like, we don't really have any guys that, like, live through that. I think I would have liked to see Powerful go on Fan Venom or Dodrio. Because I'm gonna be honest, Fan Venom's 90 will be a bit of an issue for us. All right, here's Guzma. Here comes Kirlia. And this is why, like, not putting the attachment onto Snorlax here is a little rough. Or, like, putting it on Snorlax, because they put it on Fan Venom here. This is the KO. Oh, and then, like, now they got Turbo Energized, but they can't use it. All right. There's a Mystery Energy. I mean, like, all things considered, that's pretty good, right? Let's go Energy there. Let's just shoot a Marnie. There's Evolution Incense. That can get me Gallade. Is there anywhere I really want to attach? So, yeah, let's Evolution Incense here. Oh, we got no Gallade, do we? Let's go ahead and grab Jacloak out of our deck. I could discard this. Probably going to discard the Mew, to be honest. Let's discard a Mew. Really looking for a way to get rid of this Parallel right now. Let's throw this Hisuian Heavy Ball down. Just look at our prizes. Dragapult and Gallade both being prized is a little tough. Let's go ahead and draw some more cards here. Going to attach energy to Wobbuffet. There's a Field Blower. I don't hate the Field Blower. Don't hate the Field Blower, but let's give that another turn. Let's just retreat here and end our turn. So this will be, I think the next turn will be pretty good for us, all things considered. If they're able to find an attack, we can, recover the energy with Malamar, and then I got 2 more out of the deck with Xatu. So it's just about getting another attacker. I'd love to find a way to recover Galarian Articuno here. Gallade being prized is real tough. Gallade and Dragapult, really, because those are kind of our 2 key attackers. So we're going to be relying a lot on Galarian Articuno, but we just got to recover it. All right, here comes Cynthia and Caitlin. We're playing Tulip and Claire in my deck, so I'm really awesomely excited about that. Enjoyed that so much that I've considered running a third, just because, like, the way that this deck kind of works. I don't think they're gonna find a way though. And I'm a little bit worried about playing my 1 Field Blower out. I'm being presented with a lot of cards though, like a lot of prizes over here on this side. So, like, whatever the Lux Cape goes on to, maybe we can hit twice. They're going to put Guzma back into their deck. So they're going to try to use their ability here to switch out probably and go after Kirlia. So Kirlia's looking pretty doomed. There's a Therapeutic on Snorlax. All right, there's Professor's Letter. So just about everything that we need to really get going. So let's go ahead and refinement away our Jacloak until we draw. There's Clara. So Clara sets us up for everything we need, right? Everything we need. So I can attach and then retreat after our Field Blower. So, yeah. So we got a Field Blower here. We're actually going to leave that on the Squovit. We are free now. Let's go Professor's Letter. Let's go energy. All right, I gotta attach for turn here. And I do have to Clara. Clara is gonna get me, I guess, this, and yeah, Dreepy and Galarian Articuno here. Let's play Oricorio. Oricorio down. Hit our OK button. Grab those last 2 energy from our deck. Let's play Galarian Articuno. Yes, I'd love to use its ability. 1, 2 here. And then let's use Xatu. Let's attach an energy there. There's Rescue Stretcher. That'll be pretty busted if we need to recover Galarian Articuno again. Let's retreat into Galarian Articuno here. And then, is there anything else? Yes. I don't really have another attacker. So does this energy just go? I mean, we might as well, right? Let's just go ahead and, oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go ahead and Malamar an energy onto Kirlia. Hit okay. And then let's Psy Laser. Got to get rid of that Barrel. Take our first prize. It's Escape Rope. That's not bad. Escape Rope's not bad at all. So we do got Raihan here, right? With energy in the discard pile. I got Rescue Stretcher. Oh, Culver's Tenacity. So if they do go in and they chip into Snorlax, we do get to just Mimic You here, which is kind of nifty. And we could save kind of our other things for later. This probably means that they're not going to Guzma up the Kirlia, which is like great. Now, just nest stashing here is a little weird. All right, well, let's go up here. I am going to bench Mimic You. All right, and then I do want all the things in the world, right? So let's Raihan an energy onto Mimic You here. A card that I'd like to get is Parallel. I could parallel them here. And that would stop their parallel. I think I probably just need a Tulip, though, with the way that things are looking. All right. That's the wrong card. I need Malamar's Psychic Recharge ability onto Mimic You here. Is there anything I want to discard? Not really. I guess I could like discard Arvin, but playing no supporter here, or I guess we played Raihan, but not playing out my cards makes a ton of sense. Let's just copycat, take care of the Snorlax, and then we'll draw a Dragapult here. Dragapult, Dreepy Dragapult will be cool. All right, going to attach an energy to Hot's Cramorant. Zooming draw a card here. All right, here comes Enhanced Hammer. Going to get an energy off of Kirlia. I don't really mind that too much. We're just about to go Dragapult crazy. Or not Dragapult crazy, but we're going to go Galarian Articuno crazy, I think, here. There's Counter Energy. Counter Energy will be kind of a cool card that doesn't get got. I do not finding that Galarian Articuno, though. All right. What do I want to do? So I can parallel here. Let's parallel and see what they get rid of. Let's see what they get rid of. Probably Fan Rodent, to be honest. Yeah, there's Fan Rotom. So now, what's the play? If I get Galarian Articuno, I can copycat here, right? What is Hop's Cramorant? So yeah, I can copycat here. So let's go Night Stretcher. Let's grab ourselves a Mimikyu. Let's set down Mimikyu. Let's go Counter. Let's go Psychic Recharge. And then I do have Scoop Up Net. I could scoop up the Oricorio, but save it for later. I guess can I play Hex here? Hex is kind of nifty. No, I played Iona already. All right, let's retreat into the Mimikyu and let's copycat. Oh, that should have taken a KO, right? Yeah, that should have taken a KO. That's brutal. That's so brutal. That's probably like worst case scenario there for us. Get got by the bug, the Mimikyu bug. It's what happens when you play it. You know, if we lose by one prize, I'm going to be very upset. I don't think our opponent has a way to get rid of this parallel besides Field Blower. All right, so they're going to do that. They do have access to their abilities. So I don't know what 2 cards on top of their deck. Opponent says they've been misplaying hard. Yeah, I can feel like misplaying's hard, but you know what? Misplaying is better than bug, it turns out. Bug bad. All right. All right, so we need to find some cards. Let's play this first. There's Clavel. Clavel doesn't get us anything. Let's refinement away the Clavel. And there's VS Seeker. VS Seeker is going to grab us a Clara, though. Let's go ahead and Clara here. Let's get back that. Let's get back the Mimikyu, and let's get back 2 energy. I do just want to pop down a Galarian Articuno. I'm just going to attach 1 energy to it, and then let's Xatu another energy onto it. We found Fog Crystal here, and I did get Guzma, but we've already Clara'd here. I was hoping to find something different, but that's okay. Let's Psychic Recharge. Let's go energy onto Galarian Articuno here. Let's go ahead and retreat. And then, yeah, I think we just take care of... take care of Squovit here? Yeah, I probably just take care of Squovit here. And there's Evo Soda. Some useless cards. Not getting Gallade off of our prizes. Again, rough. Need to get Dreepy up ASAP. If I can get Dreepy going, I can get another attacker. Gallade plus this Luxcape can be kind of busted. So I need to deal with going around this Hops Cramorant one more time. And if I can go around this Hops Cramorant one more time, it's a completely useless card. Here's Guzma. I wonder where the Guzma is going to go. All right, it's going to go into Malamar here. All right, going back into Hops Cramorant. Taking care of the Malamar is interesting. Let's go up into Kirlia here, and there's Rescue Stretcher. Really wish that Mimikyu worked, because Mimikyu would be the attack that we needed. But let's Kirlia here. I am going to ditch Evo Soda here and draw 2. There's Dragapult. Escape Rope is fine. Ban's fine. I'm happy with the ban. Ban is fine. So I guess we can do some nifty things here. I say nifty, but it's going to be tough. I need to get 2 energy. So let's Fog Crystal. Let's see what we got. There's Dreepy. Let's go Dreepy here. Let's go ahead and... oh, I need to find some other stuff too here. I guess let's use this ability. The ability was already used. I can just Hex back and put Oricorio in the active. Yeah, I think we might have lost this because of that stupid Mimikyu. So bummed about that Mimikyu. Let's play the Escape Rope here. They're just going to go up into Dodrio, and I'm just going to sacrifice this Galarian Articuno, I think. I just need a Mimikyu to work one time, chat. Just one time. One time, don't be bugged. And of course, it was. We'll go up into Oricorio here. At least Rare Candy Dragapult is like a stall mechanic here. Let's end our turn. Here's Nest Ball. There's Lugia. Tate and Liza here. Shuffle draw 5. Town Map. I think if we lose this game, I'm kind of just so sick of Mimikyu's bugs, dude. I just don't know if I can. So sick of Mimikyu being bugged. It's on me. I should stop playing it. But man, it's just so frustrating. All right. Go up into Kirlia here. There's an Arvin. What's Arvin get me? Not sure. All right, Arc. We'll go Rare Candy into Dragon Bolt here. Let's refinement away a mysterious treasure. Draw some cards. There's the tulip that we need. So let's go tulip here. 1, 2, 3 energy plus a Mew here. Is there anything better to grab? Maybe unknown for the extra draw here. All right. Zatu and energy onto Dragapult. There's Palpad. Let's go ahead and Palpad. We're going to put Tulip and Raihan back into the deck. Let's go and throw a Luxurious Cape here. Let's throw the energy. Let's retreat. Trying to think if there's anything else that I want to do here. I guess I can bench Mimikyu as well. Let's just go ahead and Phantom Force here. And let's put some damage counters on the Dodrio. And hope that we got a play that's maybe enough here. So here's Escape Rope. That's just GG's, right? So bummed about the Mimikyu, dude. If the Mimikyu had worked, we win that game. It's so dumb. So dumb. I'm so sick of this. Oh my God. I know it's hard for me not to be salty. I'll be like, oh, come on. I just Palpatted cards back in, right? I Palpatted 2 cards back in my deck, plus I had Rescue Stretcher in my deck. Like, so I could have put cards back in. Yeah, we would have been fine. Now, I don't think you lose with overdrawing, right? You just do until the effect, and it's your draw turn that you lose. Like, you do as much as you can. You drew 2 with 1 in the library. Okay. Well, maybe I should have lost then 2. But it wouldn't have mattered if Mimikyu had just worked. If Mimikyu had just worked, oh my God, please just work. I'm so sick of this. I know I'm being complainy, but like, man, like it works sometimes and it doesn't work other times. It's hard for me to it's hard for me to want to run these tournaments when the cards don't work right. And I'm like making a play and like double checking. If your opponent has 3 or 4 prizes, you can Fickle Spit. It's 120. Then you copycat it because your opponent's at 4 prizes and it doesn't KO. Then your opponent's able to attach a tool to it. It's just like, come on. Come on. So yeah, there's that. That's that. Man, so frustrating. So frustrating. But anyway, there's that. Gotta get that fixed. Come on, Joe, Weeder, whoever it is. I need someone to fix that. Psych. All right, let's get into this. All right, back to the bands. Happy day for band. Obviously, we just played Colorless now. I think we should have won. That's all I'll say. But Colorless band, it's happening. We did it. Trying to think if there's anything. 25% of the field was made up of Colorless deck. I don't think that that's like too much of an indicator of how well Colorless did. Conversion rate wasn't super great on that day. But again, best players in the world decided that Colorless was the best option, mostly because of the fact of the abilities to power it up. So yeah, 25% of the middle of my Colorless decks makes a lot of sense. 3 similar double energies. That's against the Singleton Spirit. Spirit gets used a lot. What's the spirit of the format? It is the singleton format. That's that. The 1K is a terrible example of the format. Pan, I don't know if I 100% agree with that. So it's really hard to gauge anything on the format, right? Because the badge system exists. So that keeps us from not playing the best deck every week, right? Because you don't want to blank a badge. So you might play colorless like your first event. When you win with it, you play something else. So like what is a good barometer of what the format is? Is the format 100% the competitive players that we saw at the full grip 1K? And Andrew is a very competitive player, and he's come out and said that Tricky Jim that's where his mind is. He used to have a lot more fun when he was playing on PTCGO, which again he alluded to the other day too. Like he was more want to brew when he had access to the card pool and didn't necessarily have to put like a ton of decks together. But now that it's a mostly in person event, $1,000 is on the line. What is the heart and soul of our format? And if the heart and soul of our format is competitive, then this is the band that the format needed, right? Because there was clearly a deck that was a step above the best. And if the heart and soul of our format is casual, there aren't people playing at events and they're just staying home and they're playing their kitchen table stuff, then this band doesn't really affect them, right? They're at home. They can still shove these cards into their deck. They can play retro GLC, right? So if you're in Andrew's position, what do you do? And I again, I think that this is the better option for us all. But I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. Yeah. So, I brought up the other day that I thought that maybe Raging Bolt was pushing certain basics out of the format. And that was my only issue with Dragon. That's my only issue with DDE, is that Raging Bolt has pushed 60 HP basics out of the format if you're expecting to play it. And he was like, that's confirmation bias. That doesn't happen often. But it feels like, and again, this is confirmation bias, right? Every time I play Dragon, every time I'm playing against Dragon, it almost always happens. At some point in the game, a 60 HP evolving basic gets sniped. And everyone's, explanation to me was play 70 HP basics, which is 100% the correct thing to do. Play your 70 HP basics. Do that. But do we want to push interesting 60 HP basics? Like the Rapid Strike Sobble that searches up other Rapid Strike Pokemon is actually a really cool kind of setup Pokemon in situations where things have gone wrong. I've used that attack so much just to get Remoraid to the bench, just because I was struggling to get other bench Pokemon, prevents me from getting donked. That's great. Now, I've got to play 70 HP Sobble. I got to play 70 HP Remoraid. They don't have cool setup effects. They're bad. Besides the fact that they're one retreat 70 HP. So that's what basics are becoming. And if that's what you want the game design to be, that's fine. But I happen to think that there are some really cool, interesting 60 HP Pokemon. 30 HP Pokemon are getting shoved out of the way by Monkey Dory. 50 HP Pokemon might have gotten shoved out of the way by Dusclops if it was more of a thing. But that's just my thought on that. So, hey, Dragon top 5 deck. I think it's got some legs. Now Ben Morse also didn't think that too, and they play a lot. It's, again, we're all just a bunch of local metas. So, what is Gym Leader Challenge? Is it, me screaming into the void on stream here? Is it your locals? Is it full grip games? I mean, that's all Andrew knows, right? Is the full grip games. He talks to the community, he sees the results, but that's what he lives. And so these 1Ks where you have 125 players are the things. 70 HP Pokemon in range for Fan Rotom Donk. No basics are safe, chat. Ban basics. Ban basics. All right, where are we at in the pairings? It looks like they're done here. Yeah. 3 or 4 matches. Looks like we're waiting for Toon Spirit and Porg. Ugh, so mad. So mad that Mimikyu didn't work still, chat. Oh my god. You can see that game. Like, we're in it. I've got comeback mechanics in my deck. If we take that KO on the Cramorant using our Fan Rotom, I've got Galarian Articuno tuned up next turn. We snipe something on the bench. Fan Rotom doesn't, or not Fan Rotom, Cramorant doesn't work anymore. My opponent has a useless basic on their bench. They've got the Lax, which is going to KO itself effectively, right? Because I could just snipe around that too. It's just like that entire game went sideways because of Mimic You. And oh my God, I just want cards to work. Why can't they work? Uh, but all right, back to the band stuff. Rockets, Pokemon on the way. I don't really there's nothing wrong with Rapid Pokemon. There's nothing wrong with Rapid Strike Energy. It only works on Rapid Strike Pokemon. Double Turbo has its buff. Yes, there's a lot of bad double energies, which is why we've been playing the DCEs and why we've been playing Twin Energy. They're the good ones. There's a lot of bad ones. So I get what he's saying. Double energies can exist. They can be balanced, is what he's trying to get at. The two that we had that just got banned aren't balanced, and they're effectively reprints of each other. And I don't know. Talking about the reprints, I always thought that maybe we should have an effective, an effective reprint limitation anyway. I know that they want to like not have too many complicated bans. Someone used the phrase, the saying the other day that was that's fake format vibes, right? Like if you make too many complicated things, if you're trying to make convoluted rules to make something work, it's a fake format. So trying to make Gym Leader Challenge real accessible, I get that. That's a hard task. So again, I get that. But if you're gonna say that these two cards are kind of the same, then maybe the whistle and the horn, right? Echoing horn and target whistle are the same cards. Maybe should have one of those. If that's the spirit of Singleton. Not that would hurt anyone. Those cards rarely see play together, right? There's like two stadiums that do the same thing. There's Mallow and Cypher Maniac's code breaking, right? Who cares? Those cards aren't powerful enough. These cards are. So maybe it is just let's target these cards, and I can get behind that. But I also see some merit in the effective reprint limitation. I don't think that that's fake format vibes. I think that that's like this is a Singleton format vibe. That's the spirit. Or I'm gonna use spirit here. You define spirit however you want to, but if we're gonna say Singleton spirit, I think that there's something to consider within that thought, that train of thought there. Yeah. I mean, that's it. I mean, good band. I again hate that your pet decks got nerfed, but I love that colorless might be a little less prevalent, that I might see some more interesting builds of it. When I queue into Twinleaf, it's not just hops dot Snorlax dot land, like what we just saw last game. So there's that. So I'm excited for the future of Gym Leader Challenge, and sad that it had to come to this, but again, I think it's good. I think it's strong. Let me know your thoughts. Are you happy, sad about DC Twin ban? Again, you guys know me. I'm not. All right. My opponent didn't check in, so it's saying that I got the loss. So let's reset the match here. I'm going to give it to Elias. Still so salty. Still so salty about Mimic You. Forgive me, chat, for being salty. Love me for who I am. Salty when you feel like you're working hard. Things don't go your way. I'll message Weeder. That's usually my solution to these things. Message Weeder. Fix Mimic You. That being said, Twinleaf has been really smooth recently. If you guys haven't been playing Twinleaf, hop in, play Twinleaf. It's cool. All right, let's check out this last game. We haven't observed because we've been talking the bans. Oh, that's something that's going to be cool coming up. Is that Joe is going to give me access to like a new role? I guess there's going to be like an organizer role. So like since I run tournaments, like I'll be able to see both players' hands on screen, and that's kind of nifty. What is this deck that we're viewing here? So I actually feel like your pet deck is being punished. Yeah. And Pan You played double energies so responsibly, right? Like you put them in birds, which is a deck I love. You turned me on to the bird technology. So it sucks. Like I remember, I remember having this discussion with Acco Blubber Roger a long time ago. And he was playing Garbodor, the Turbo Garbodor deck that really relies on those double energies. It's got the Shining Mew that can turbo them out too. And he was like, "But man, all my decks were going to be bad. If this ban happens." And like I felt so bad. Like I said something that ended up kind of coming off kind of like weird, but I didn't mean it in the way that it came off. It was like, look, I like you enough that we should keep them around. Like I'm willing to suffer. And that's how I feel about birds, Pan Pan. Bring them back so you can play birds. And I'm okay with that. I will suffer against Hops Lax if you get to play birds. And that's how I truly feel. But I do think the ban is good if you're looking at it from a competitive standpoint. And I've got to kind of, I don't know, think about it in like both those lanes, right? Like I've been super uber competitive and I still like to win. Don't get me wrong. And I've had my fun phases. Winning a match on stream last Friday with Turbo Krabby, not Turbo Krabby, Krabby Spread was like the highlight of my weekend. So there's all that too. All right, 3-3 on prizes here. Tomb Spirit. I mean, people mentioning misplays all over the place today. It's fine. Oh no. All right. Let's see if they report that game, and then we'll get into round 2 here. Work Mimikyu. I should just cut Mimikyu from these lists. So done with it. So done. All right. Harry mentioned working on a Billy Lock Garbodor deck. Works just fine without DCE and Twin. Still aggressive and consistent. Are you still playing Deoxys? I'm interested, Harry, in what that deck list looks like. Um, because that was a list that I played often and a lot. All right, let's get this next round going up. All right, no Deoxys. I gotta imagine Necrozma, right? Sweaty basic energy package with Christum and TM. I mean, that's the thing. It's like it's still gonna be a real thing, right? It's still gonna be a real thing. All right. Let's get these parents right. All this little clicking we got to do. Dashboard, end round. Okay. We probably got the buy here. Just feel it within my bones. Oh, Two Spirit got the buy. We get to play Liam. Crossbody, Illego, Mimikyu, Mewtwo, Golurk, and Latios. Latios is weirdly good. I was like 3 seconds away from putting it in this deck. I feel like I'm missing an attacker. So I'm glad that we're playing through these games tonight. Maybe losing that first game was a blessing. I think we're playing control here. I think this is Snorlax. It's what Flying Cheeseball played against me the other day. And he was playing Block Lax plus something else. What was it? The Gigi. So this is like Gigi Stall or something like that. So my game plan for this is basically just have like Dreepy, because I don't think they're ever going to take KOs. So like go like just get into Dragapult as quickly as I can, sort of deal, and then maybe have like Kirlia Gallade on the bench with like a mystery energy attached, and just like do the thing. Do the thing. There's Bunnelby. So yeah, this is 100% the deck that I thought it would be. Oh yeah, Harry. I'll check it out here in a bit. There's Capture Energy on Bunnelby. Pull this up here. I need to start doing maybe deck decks. That'd be kind of nifty. All right. Let's do some prize checking. There's Wob. There's Not To. I know, to be honest, I don't really I hate having Not To on my bench. And I also wouldn't hate Wob. Wob just has 2 retreat cost. Let's play the Clavel. What's up, Lee? And that's going to grab me Unknown and Route. And maybe Bench Barrier Mew. I can see Bench Barrier being Mew in this position. I'm going to go Routes here. I'm going to bench an Unknown. Let's just go ahead and draw a card here. There's the Curia that we need for next turn. Let's grab an Energy here. Let's just throw it here. And let's go ahead and Reckless Charge. Again, my plan against stall, just have things that are going to be attacking or retreating. Save our switch outs. We're not going to overbench. Here's Luxurious Cape. Flip 2 coins. Discard the top 2 of your opponent's deck. There's Clara. There's Raihan. Okay. Rototiller. Going to get that back. All right. There's Gallade. So let's go Kirlia here. Let's go ahead and refinement away some cards. Let's go ahead and get rid of Mew. Let's draw. There's Galarian Articuno. Is there anything that I really want to do? I could like VS Seeker, but I'm going to just save that for my outs. Let's go ahead and attach a Mystery Energy here. And then, yeah, let's just Reckless Charge again. We find that Field Blower, maybe we could go double KO here and just kind of wrap things up. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I mean, Gallade should be able to get us into some form of Dreepy's evolutions here. It's the hope anyway, right? All right, gonna Burrow. Which one's Burrow? There's Inkay, there's Mimikyu. I mean, that's like, is that just game? That's just game, right? So I can go Field Blower, KO the Minccino. I just want to get this game over with like ASAP, right? 1, 2. Grab that. Let's go ahead and discard a Wobbuffet. Draw 2 cards. Can we get in a Field Blower? Let's go Galadian. Let's Buddy Catch here. Do I have Arven? No. So Arven is prized. Arven is prized. I mean, let's just grab a Marnie then, right? And then let's go Cruel Charge. Okay. Boom, boom. Let's go this energy here. Go ahead and retreat. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we do here. Just Side Laser. Let's hit that. Maybe I should have Marnied here. Did I play a supporter? I don't think I did. I should have maybe Marnied since I knew that they had like Team Rocket's handiwork. Here's Enhanced Hammer. There's Counter Energy. Counter Energy is not that good of a card. Again, I have gonna Burrow here. Do I just have the win again? I don't know if I do or not. Let's Buddy Catch. Let's Bird Keeper. Bird Keeper up this Dreepy. Energy. Dimension Valley. Escape Rope. And then Throwing Slice. Go ahead and push that energy back to Galarian Articuno. Take our 2 prizes and GG's. All right, easy peasy. Beat control. We had a plan. We went in. We executed said plan. Good job. All right. Hey, I didn't check in, but we'll fix that. All right. Let's make sure that that's right. Yeah, cool. All right. Win. First game. So salty still. So salty. Um, let's check out this game. All right. We got Ouchie Cactus, who we just played. Playing Snorlax. Um, and we've got this water deck. This looks like, if I'm gonna be honest with you, this looks like Ben's list. Ben Morse's list. If you guys seen Ben list, he posted a list up on Twitter that was like, "Hey, this is like the special waves list that I would have played if I hadn't played colorless, but you couldn't have not played colorless." Check out Harry's deck too while we're talking about it. Garbodor ability lock. So for those of you who don't know, there's this super busted Garbodor. I think there's two of them too. They got the Garbo tax and ability. If it's got a tool attached, no abilities for anyone. All your abilities, good, gone. So Garbodor, really cool. And then, obviously you need to play good tools to pair with that. And so you've got some cool options here. And this list looks kind of similar to like what a turbo list looked like in the past, but obviously you had to do some things differently. You've got Shining Mew and Smoochum, which I love, by the way. Like these are the two new, basically turbo energizes on a stick. So this card's $40, but definitely worth it if you're considering a build like this. Legendary Guidance, one energy, search for 2 energy cards. So it gets special energies too, which is why this card's so busted. Plus you have free retreat, issue being 30 HP. 30 HP is a little low, all things considered. But you've also got Smoochum here, which is a free attack, Delightful Kiss, but it only gets basics. Also free retreat, also a 30 HP. Little baby basic, but again, cool. So, obviously you're aggressive, right? You take KOs and you're disruptive in the terms of turning off your opponent's ability. So, use Garbotoxin after you power up some of these guys. You're hoping that maybe Go Lurk, that's like just huge, right? Stage 1, 150. It does 90 if it has a tool. You're already playing all these other tools, so why not play some tool synergies? And then Megaton Fall can do 190 if needed to. So you've got kind of like a nuke here. And then Necrozma and Mewtwo just do big damage. Necrozma is 160 if it's got a special energy, and then Mewtwo is 90 plus 90 if your opponent has 3 or fewer prizes. The Latios, which was just mentioned too. This is the Latios, not the Latios I thought it was going to be, Harry. I thought it was going to be the one that hits 180, but Skill Dive kind of busted here, right? 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. You got any ways to ping damage to the bench? Because that would be kind of cool. Obviously, Jet Headbutt 110, that's not bad either. But I like this a lot. So especially if you're turning off abilities, you could just Latios like 50, 50, 50 away. There used to be a Ho-Oh in Fire that saw a lot more play with this exact attack, but it just felt like 50 snipe is maybe not good enough. And so hearing you say, Harry, that this is good enough gives me hope. Gives me hope for that Fire. Fire's got some good snipe options these days, though. So there's that. Trying to see what else is in this list. XP Share, Cape of Toughness, Luxurious Cape. Some good tool options here. U-turn board is just the combo piece, right? U-turn board on Garbodor. If they Field Blower, it just pops back to hand. You can reattach, whatever you need to. Weir was playing a Garbodor like Lost Zone list where he was playing like a lot of like one turn tools that either like fell off or lost their effect or something like that. Like the bomb, there's the psychic. It's not spell tag, but it's similar to spell tag. Like if you attack in, it like puts damage counters back, but it falls off at the end of the turn. So he was playing some of those with his Garbodor so that he could shut off his opponent's abilities and then get his abilities back. Obviously, that's not quite what your deck wants to do just because it doesn't have any abilities, but I like where it's at. So, Iris's Fighting Spirit. Bursting Balloon. Yeah. That was a cool idea, Harry. Check it out. It's very, very different from your idea. Your idea is really cool. I remember looking at Weeder's list and be like, that's cool. All right, Iris's Fighting Spirit. Use this card if you discard another card from your hand. Draw until you have 6. You know what? I don't hate this. I really like it actually because I'm not sure. I mean, there might be a supporter that's maybe slightly better than that. I don't know if this is just like new, so you're trying to play it. I'm trying to think if there's another drop to 6 effect that's better, but you know, who knows? Iris was Cynthia for the longest time. Pulled the Iris full art, of course. That makes complete sense. I'm all for it. That's nifty. I like this deck a lot. Jet Energy kind of busted too in a deck like this, right? You've got so many colorless cost, so just like being able to put up like a Mimic You even like it has a colorless energy cost, or your Necrozma that fulfills the energy too, your special energy cost. So Jet Energy is just busted. Like having Switch plus energy charge up is just one of the most busted thing. I've been wanting to put Jet Energy in other decks for so long, so seeing it here is really cool. So yeah, this deck is awesome. I would love to try it out. Except I don't normally play ability lock decks, but I do have all these cards. I remember buying Shining Mew because I mean, when you watch Roger play this deck, you're like that's sick. So Roger would play this deck, and then I'd be like, I gotta do it. So I put it together, and I was like, I'm not gonna subject anyone to this, but I do like it. All right, checking back in on our match that we're watching before we got sidetracked. I kind of like the deck list stuff too. So if you guys want to pop some deck lists in chat, I kind of want to talk more about deck lists and more about what you guys are doing. I've been kind of honestly struggling with motivation to brew, but obviously it comes in ebbs and flows, right? Like especially when you play Pokemon because you love the specific Pokemon, you're hitting that nostalgia bug. So like, Farfetch is where I'm at. I think you guys might have seen me brewing a Farfetch deck on stream the other day. Dude, if colorless had a Garbodor and it had that Farfetch that when you play it from hand attaches a tool to it, I'd be playing Thornton into that Farfetch'd all day. I'm already doing that in this colorless deck, but just imagining like, oh, here's my Farfetch'd and it's got this tool attached to it. Thornton, Garbodor, go! Harry mentioned the jet solves so many problems. Yeah, I love it. All right. Hops Cram, Water Deck. All right. This is kind of the matchup I've been wanting to see for a while here. Is this jumbo size Wailord against this colorless deck? It felt like everything at the 1K was Hydro Pump. And Hydro Pump just needs its engine so much in order to do anything. So, the fact that this deck can kind of survive beyond the rain dance issues is good. It's good for it, it's good for water, right? Reversal on Wailord. Then you can find maybe shimmy around a couple turns till you can find the other two attachments because you probably had to Raihan reversal. Then you need two more, right? So you can reestablish, maybe tank a blow, and then you can get in there. So that's what I like about the Special Waves deck more than I like about the Rain Dance deck. I know I was kind of hyping up Rain Dance, like, oh yeah, look at this new Wailord. But the more I think about it, Special Waves is the way to go. Actually, Cactus going to play Enhanced Hammer here. I like Enhanced Hammer still as a tech card. This has two though, right? This has two special energy attached. So it's are they going after the Drizzile? Oh, they went after the Wash energy. Not that like it necessarily does anything, but it does force your opponent to find another water energy. They can't power up this Inteleon next turn and kind of have two attackers. It's still just one energy away. But like if they got the energy on Inteleon, then they're also one energy away from the Grudge Dive. What's it? Basculegion. So like actually pretty heads up play there to play the Enhanced Hammer when they did. Can you KO the Wailord is the issue? Because if not, then that Enhanced Hammer is not going to matter. Disruption plus aggression. You got to pair them together. And if you can't pair them together, you're going to lose. After playing Paltoad, I don't think I would play Rain Dance or Whales from Pan Pan. Huh. Yeah. I like Hydro Pump a lot. I had this discussion with Ben on the pod. I need to get that video edited because we just talked last night about his 1K experience. And we talked about some of the lists that popped up. And one of the lists that popped up was a Hydro Pump list. And we talked about how like it just feels like Rain Dance decks, we all know how to play against them. It's just been around. So like, hey, attack the engine. Hex. Marnie after the Kyogre. Like all the script is out there. So if you play, decks that can attack the bench, if you play a timely boss's orders or a Guzma, like you can just beat the deck, right? And then all of a sudden they can't do a lot. Whereas like special waves, hey, you don't deal with this, you can deal with something else. Something's coming at you. Um, Paltoad is a good list though. I was really considering that Paltoad might be the best water list. We've talked about it at links. People have come on and been like, I think Paltoad is good, but I've had issues with it. I think that even Mahone, because I think he and Alex Carpenter were talking about it during their locals last Thursday. Even they were kind of like, there's like this one issue, and I can't remember exactly what the issue was that they stated. It was something about getting the energy attachments when you needed them. Because like if you can't set up your first attacker, then it kind of becomes more difficult because there's a lot of things that take two. So you need like Raihan or Aqua Patch. So it has similar issues, right? And I don't know if those lists are running Frostmoth or not, but I do think the Paltoad lists are good. I think they do have some moving parts too, though, Pan Pan. But I think that they're really good. And if I was going to play a water deck at a competitive event, I think Paltoad would be in the back of my mind. And I would be testing that list probably more than any other list if I wanted to play water. Vitality Spring. Vitality Spring is still in my list. I don't know how right it is. I haven't really played Special Whales in a while. My issue with Special Whales, and I think a lot of players have the same issues that I have too, is that Special Whales gets to a point where it's just like click, bang, click, bang, click, bang. And you're just like not doing a whole lot every turn. And it gets, and this is, the sign of a good deck. It gets to a point where you're not really thinking. You don't really have to think because you have big tanky whale. So I do like that aspect of it, but I also don't like that aspect of it because like I do want to be challenging my brain. Maybe not for 7 rounds. I'll probably scoop and go get some cookies, but there I need some stimuli, and that's what I feel like sometimes Special Whales doesn't give me. On the flip side, Turbo Colorless does give you that stimuli. The sequencing of those turns can be pretty insane. It just, in a good player's hand, it feels like they always have it. And that when your opponent always has it, it's not a good feeling for you as an opponent. So getting rid of the doubles, I think, should help with that feeling. I think a lot of people have that same feeling with me. If I'm the only one, let me know. But I do think that feeling is something. Yeah, I'm trying to think, Pampan, when that was in the stream because like Alex, I don't know why he was co-hosting, but I think that maybe he like didn't win his first game. And he was like, I'm just not in the right mindset. So then he ended up just co-hosting with Andrew, and then they just kind of had a blast. And I remember, it was probably round 1 or round 2 when I kind of hopped in, and then I remember him just mentioning Paltoad because they had some downtime. Some of the rounds were going to time. A lot of colorless on that one too. I think colorless won that one. Dude, this full grip game locals are sweet. I need to get a set up for our locals. This is a pretty good game though. Like 3-3 on prizes. Lugia, Aeroball. If it's got one more attachment, what is this? It just happens to be DTE is the energy. Oof. So what is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 20 is 120. But minus 20, so this is just 100. So that puts that to 240 minus the 30, 110. Oh, God. Lugia, you suck. I've always thought that Lugia was kind of good, but like I'm playing Hitmonbros into Lugia. So Lugia does just like totally wreck Hitmonbros. But Lugia hasn't been good, I think, since Grass hasn't been good. Yeah. Pandatar, I mean, it bricks Hitmonbros. That's it. So every time I see Lugia, I get like flashbacks. But yeah, Lugia is bad. Energy Loop Lugia better. 120 for 3, return double colorless energy back to hand. But no way you're playing the new Lugia after the double colorless. No way you're playing Cyclizar either. Kangaskhan probably coming back. 2 is such an easier number than 3. 120. Plus, you got powerful, colorless, and muscle band, so potential for 160. And then if you do get 3 energy, it still hits 100, which is like, but like, okay. Um, Gosh, I think Porygon Z is going to be one of the better ways to play colorless. Just having access to what's the ability locker? The big giant sloth slacking. Having access to slacking with its lazy ability, I think that might be worth it just to get into crazy code. Getting told tonight by 2 people. Porygon Z, not a bird. It's a bird. It's a duck. It's a digital duck, chat. It's a duck. Yeah, agree. Agree, Pan Pan. The Energy Loop Lugia cannot handle doubles. So we'll be waiting on a new Lugia that gets printed. It'll be interesting to see. I need a new Lugia. I need a new Ho-Oh. I need like both those cards to be like good. And they're like, there's a couple that are like pretty close. The 50 snipe Ho-Oh. I think the 3 energy 130 is its second attack too. It's close. You can make it work if Ho-Oh is your favorite. That Lugia, the Arrow Ball Lugia, fine. It's not great, especially now. All right, last Porg. Did Hex get played here? Oh, dude, Wailord's like got no damage on it. This is pretty done and dusted. Chatot that draws 2. What is this card? What do we got here? Oh no, TCG player. Oh, not acapella. All right, that's not the one you're getting me. Collect? No, no. You said draw 2. Me first. Draw a card. There's a lot of draw. Chatots. What is this? Discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 2. Cycle draw. Free retreat. 70 HP. Fighting resistance. I don't hate it. Do not hate it. Do not hate it. Just yeah, the cool thing about birds is like Dodrio is one of my favorites, so I do like that Dodrio's seeing more play. I'm just not so sure if I can be -1 attacker. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen your list like 100%. Obviously, I've played against it a couple times. It felt like it had enough attackers. And the issue is like, what leg space do you get out of Fan Rotom, right? Is Fan Rotom a true attacker? Can you expect Fan Rotom to take a prize? And if you can count on that, you're pretty good. And I think the cards that you run with Fan Rotom are cards that you're going to run with Dodrio too. So like, why not run Muscle Band, Powerful Colorless Energy? You know, you might even consider Kukui in there too, just as a way to draw and to give you that extra little oomph, so that those cards become prize takers. And then, those are some cool birds. And then I think that same thing maybe needs to apply to what new Turbo Colorless looks like too. I think Dodrio, in my head, is an auto include. People disagree with me. I respect. But I do think that Dodrio, a 1 energy attacker, which can be like pretty early game attacker, right? Like turn 2 potentially. If you're playing Rainbow Energy, you could be doing 70 damage, which is reasonable. Powerful Colorless, that's 90. Muscle Band, that's 110. It just gets better and better as the game goes on. Weak to spread. What's your play scoop up net? Pelipper busted too, by the way. Shout out to Tateman's list again from the 1K. Gotta play that Pelipper. Is Dubwool a bird? Is Dubwool a bird? Nah, probably not. Dubwool, not a bird. Let's see. Still got 14 minutes. These rounds are going by nice today. We got a couple 1-1s in the mix. There'll be 2-2-0, so we will have a 3-0 tonight. So we will not be looking at a shot at the title tonight because I Mimic You. That card is just so bugged. Mimic You, why? Our goal is never to rely on Mimic You again. Copycat's got to be impossible to code, right? Just got to be so hard to code. I know very limited information about coding, but I do understand that it's difficult. But I just need someone to like sit me down and explain it to me like I'm a third grader. This is why coding copycat is difficult. How about this like Drill Run Pharaoh? This is a card that I know I've seen before. Drill Run. It's not this card, is it? No, that's a pocket card, right? Is this what you're talking about? Drill Run Double? I don't know if that's the one you're talking about. It's okay. Flip a coin. If heads, discard 2 energy from your opponent's active. And that can be pretty brutal. And again, if you're running those cards that you were already running with, 70 for 1. This is 70 for 2. Here, let's make this easier. Free retreat. When you're saying the 70 for 1, do you mean because of the double energies? And it does have free retreat. Where's the one I'm looking for then? Feel like allowing one. Oh, actual one. All right. I'll have to find it over here. They don't want to give me the love for this. I'll look it up in CBW base. I think that we're done with that game. I think we're done with this pairing. But yeah, let's pair our next rounds then. Yeah, I'll search it up on CBW after I set up this next round. All right. All right, next round going up. Final round 2. We'll have a definite winner after this. All right. Let's go to our dashboard here. Hey, we're playing Porg. All right. We have checked in. Let's find ourselves a Porg over here. Where are you at, Psychic Midrange? This is a matchup I'm really interested to play. All right, we're starting Dreepy. All right. Thank goodness for Cardboard Warriors. And just look up Pharaoh. All right, where are you at? Drill Run. Oh, you're talking about Drill Peck? Maybe I just looked at it wrong. Looked at the name wrong. Drill Peck, 1 energy, 70, free retreat, 90 HP. It's a bird. Delta, Pharaoh have been alternatives for a while. All right, Dreepy and a Sobble here. We drew a Kirlia. I don't have anything for turn to do, but I don't think we're getting donked here. I'm going to go Mystery Energy, which feels like a little bit of a waste, but I do want to get an energy down to Dreepy here. And then let's just end our turn. I've got Clavel. And Clavel plus energy is just Galarian Articuno next turn. So I do need to find an energy if possible. And if we don't find an energy, not the end of the world, right? No, Pan Pan, you're good. You're good. Attack names are weird. I don't know any set names. That's my biggest thing. It's like I've seen so many Gym Winter Challenge cards, but like I started playing Silver Tempest, and so everything Silver Tempest and beyond, like I'm pretty okay with. Like knowing what the actual set name and stuff like that is sometimes beyond me, but like anything before that, I'm like. And then yeah, you mentioned too many drill attacks. All the names run together at some point. All right. Well, there's Wob, so I can just retreat into Wob, which is kind of nifty. Um, yeah, let's go Clavel here. Galarian Articuno's prized, so we are just gonna get routes. I will get Inkay here, and then I do think I do want Oricorio here, just to get some energy. So let's go bench, 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 bench. let's grab some energy. And I think I do just want to retreat into Wob here. Put an energy in the discard pile. Oh, we got mystery energy here. And then let's just end our turn. So next turn, we get to go Kirlia. Discard an energy potentially into Malamar. Double attach here. And then maybe we can find something cool. Swampert is happening. Yeah, the new cards having codes are nice. Even then, I'm still like, isn't Journey Together like SV9 or something? All right. So we just got Ionode. Hate to see it. But it's okay. We'll be fine. All right, gonna go energy on the Sabo here. Gonna go into Basculin and get some boys on the bench here. We are playing parallel, so there's that. All right, there's boss's orders. Boss's orders, not the worst in the world. I'm gonna go energy here. I'm gonna go ahead and boss up. I think the Sabo here, and then we'll just end the turn. We got Palpad, we've got VS Seeker. Yeah, we've just got tons of ways to get boss and Goose in the back, which I think we're probably gonna have to use quite a bit. But Sabo has one retreat, but I think getting energy in the discard pile is kind of the way. Aqua patching energy here to like do your thing. Gonna attach energy onto Citadel. We got Mimikyu. Gonna evolve into Grudge Dive Basculegion here. All right, there's Fog Crystal. What does Fog Crystal get us? SV9 is the Japanese abbreviation for battle partners. Okay, hence the SV9 Journey Together. Cool. You guys are so much more knowledgeable than me. I appreciate you guys when it comes to those sorts of things. All right, so I do just want, actually, I guess I could get energy, but I could also just get unknown here. Unknown is like one more card. Is that better than energy? I think so. I just want to see one more card, right? It makes this Clara better in the future too. Hey, look, this Fog Crystal could have been anything. It was even a Psychic Energy. All right, and let's just Psychic Assault for 10 here. Yeah, I'd love to see like Rough Seas come down early, right? Here's Evolution Incense. So Evolution Incense on the Titan here. Probably still needs special energy. All right, it's just got 2 water energy attached. Here's water energy on the Sable. All right. So yeah, if Wob does get KO'd, which again it still needs some work here to get there. If Wob does get KO'd, like I can just Clara, grab 2 energy, grab Wob, grab Unknown, and kind of get back to work. There's Evolution Incense. So Evolution Incense is 100% just a Kirlia here. Let's go ahead and refinement away this Mew. Draw 2 cards. There's Mimikyu. We'll kind of sandbag that for a bit. Didn't find anything else, and we're okay with that. This has free retreat, right? So I can save Mimikyu counter energy from the follow-up. Let's just go ahead and put some more damage counters on this Sable here. Again, we get to like Clara too, and just get this back. Pretty busted. This Mimikyu. Obviously, we need getting into Malamar would be fun. All right, going to research here. Fresh 7. Does find the counter energy, so there is a special energy on Titan here. So they 100% have the attack. There's a Lux Cape. We do have Field Blower, though. There's other tools in that deck, though. All right, there's Rescue Stretcher. So let's go ahead and Kirlia here. Let's put Zatu in our deck. There's Raihan. Raihan's kind of nifty. Let's go Mimic You here. And I do think I do just want to play this there. And let's go and get a card. I do think, do I want to get Malamar here or do I want to get like Jercloak? And I think Jercloak makes a lot of sense for right now anyway. Um, Although I am one energy short now. I do have to commit the counter energy here. So we'll go like this. Let's go ahead and attach counter energy. I'm going to Field Blower. Yes, I would like to get rid of that. Yes, I'd like to get rid of that. Let's retreat here. And then let's Copycat for the KO. Oh, and we got the Natu. Natu's good. Yeah, attaching from hand is rather slow, right? So our opponent doesn't have any energy acceleration right now. They've used Aqua Patch, right? Counter energy's down. So this will, KO, right? And then hopefully we can, find our route for the next turn. And Hisuian Heavy Ball would be great. It's like a rip a Hisuian Heavy Ball, Galarian Articuno, snipe Sobble on the bench. If we get into Dragapult, that's great. We will have, we'll have some looks here. So it just depends. Power Draw is active though, so Swampert's about to have a huge hand. Just like you don't have the energy, I'm not scared. All right, and then they're going to commit one to Basculegion here. Again, not super scared. What's this teammate's going to get? And if we have to chip into this Wailord, Wobbuffet being able to take like a big KO would be pretty nifty. But we are getting offered up the prizes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we can deal with these, which we got Galay that hits 160, we can maybe find a way to deal with this Wailord. We're just going to flip like 17 heads on a Dragapult. All that's going to happen. All that's going to happen. So many cards in hand, though. So many cards. Got the Swampert technology, power draw. Discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 3. All right, gonna get into Drizzile here. So that teammate's effectively turning into 3 different cards. Well, believe it or not, I know this one works. This is why Mimikyu is so frustrating. Is like, it works. And then you're like, why isn't it working? But it works. And then it's not working. And then sometimes it works in a way it didn't intend to happen. So like what's the word I'm looking for here? I copycatted Regieleki and I did 120 to the active and then it let me put 40 damage 4 times. Like it wouldn't let me not do that, So then it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing here, Chad? All right, there's an N. Is N just better than a lot of the other options that I have? Might be. All right. So bench, not to. Rescue Stretcher to deck. I want to go Mimikyu. I want to go Zatu Wob. Then I do just want to end here. See what we get. Parallel, not the worst. Parallel is not the worst. Level Ball does get me a Malamar. But let's go ahead and discard a Psychic Energy and see what we get. There's Nest Ball. So Nest Ball is Mimikyu again. So I can Mimikyu again here. Right? Yeah, I can Mimikyu again with Level Ball and Nest Ball. So let's start with Parallel. All right, I respect that. Let's go Nest Ball. Let's get back Mimikyu. Let's go level ball. Let's get the Malamar. Go here. We'll psychic recharge. Energy onto Mimikyu. I'll go energy there. We'll retreat. And then we'll copycat again. What? Ah. Okay. All right. What'd I say about not relying on? Oh, man. Chat. Why'd you let me do it? Nah. Porg is such a good person. He's like, how do you want me to go about this? There's nothing. There's nothing you can do. You're just a person using a simulator with a card that's super hard to code. And like at least his son Vascular Legion can't KO us back, right? There's that. I really wanted that prize card though. Like that was going to be our draw for turn. Why? Why do you work some of the times? Why does it copy the conditions some of the times? So yeah, interesting to see here. You know, it worked against Titan. Special energy requirement fulfilled, did the thing. Pokemon knocked out does not work with revenge attacks. Okay, cool. We know that. So that's something I can report in the bug. Doesn't work with revenge attacks. And it didn't work with Hop's Cramorant's attack either. So I don't know if either of those will help developers know what they need to do. Rough seizing. Rough seizing us is rough. It's rough. It turns out rough seizing us is rough. But at least the rough seize is out there now. And we have Dimension Valley in hand. Ooh, random DCs happening. That's rough. You guys are 3-0. You guys are the only 2-0s, though. Just play them out. All right, Arven. Arven's a good card. Arven is a good card. Arven's a good card. Arven is a card. All right. Arven is going to grab us Evo Soda. Oh, actually, let's see what's in our discard pile here. 2 energy. Okay. So Arven is Evo Soda. What I put in the active? The Mimikyu. Plus a scoop up net would be like fine. No, I can't get it. Like the muscle band is like kind of fine. So let's go Evo Soda here. Psychic recharge and energy there. Let's go ahead and retreat. We'll discard an energy here. Do I want to commit Luxcape? Luxcape lets it survive, right? 240, and then I can always like maybe get around that. I gotta throw Dimension Valley down, I think, here. Let's throw that down. Yeah, all right. All right, there's a Hex. Yeah, Twinleaf. So Twinleaf is available. It's open source. There's a way to access it. It's in the Twinleaf Discord somehow. Like I know it's in the GitHub. These are things I know. Like I'm not a coding expert by any means, but you know, just by listening and following around, I know that those are things that exist. So there's that. So check it out. Again, I wish I knew more about coding. I think that's something that, like, maybe we should all do. We should all learn more about coding. I did ask AI today, hey, what's the best way to learn Python? See if it works. Oh, hey, did my 30 damage not stick? That's kind of bum. Oh, okay. Wash energy. Wash energy. I also need those 'cause I know what the wash energy symbol looks like, but I should probably double check my attached cards. This is another thing that's a little frustrating right here, is that you can't tell what the energies are. It's fine. I just need to get used to it again. I'm feeling a little complainy today. I should stop. All right, Orne Rod. Our opponent's deep into their deck. 13 cards into their deck. Gonna grab some energies here. No acceleration. I do have a Hex here, which is kind of interesting. Gonna evolve into Inteleon. What's Inteleon gonna grab? So I can still get through the pot helmet with a special energy. Do I have a special energy left in the deck though? I think the mystery is on Dragapulse. I don't think I actually have a special energy left. What's getting used here? I'm gonna put Parallel in play. So I think Oricorio and I think Natu are the bins here. And then here's a quick ball. I think my opponent's kind of waiting for me to go behind on prizes. Here comes Articuno. Turn 1, KO, Hot Blacks, no coming back from that. All right, so there is Articuno on the bench. Come up. Respect. Respect to the Articuno. So this is 100% just reversal energy, right? Like my opponent just has a way for reversal energy. So what do we do here? All right. Yeah, that's what I mean. We got it. We know what you're trying to do here. Um, so no KO. So what do we do here? I could VS Seeker for in, right? Put us both to 4. And hopefully that puts the way to get special energy out of the hand. I can't boss. I could escape rope, right? Is escape rope still in my deck? So let's actually start with a refinement. Let's get some more information. There's a Wobbuffet. And there's a Hisuian Heavy Ball. We've used Field Blower before, so our deck space is going to be a little light. But I'm going to go ahead and let's use Hisuian Heavy Ball. Let's grab that Galarian Articuno here. Let's VS Seeker. Let's grab the in. All right. Psychic Recharge here. I'm going to put an energy onto Kirlia. And then let's just rip an in. Yeah, those are cards. Nothing really too much that I want to use here. I guess we'll just go ahead and Phantom Force. I guess this has got to go on. Yeah, we'll put on the Swamper here. All right, take a prize. It's a rare candy. All right, still not sure how I feel about this game and about how we can win it. That Wailord's going to be difficult to get through, but we need some Dragapult flips. Dragapult flips are going to get us there. Our opponent does need reversal. I know that counter is gone. Raihan energy is still just one more. Power drawing through their deck. So we need to find a way. We need to set Swampert and Inteleon to the right levels. Les Pork saying we in it, chat. There's reversal energy. So let's see what happens here. So if they punch into Dragapult here and they connect. Oh, there's a Hex. Okay. So that's kind of fun. I got some options, but let's start by getting rid of this. Oh, we can't. We can't. We can do that. And then let's go ahead and copycat. Oh my god. Really? No, Mimikyu, why? 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 Yeah, actual factual nothing. Like actual factual nothing. Absolutely the saddest thing that could have happened. Yeah, rip Mimikyu. I think I think I'll shoot like Weeder and them a message, and I'll be like, "Hey, Psychic is unplayable until Mimikyu gets fixed." Because this is, I'm not saying it would have been actually it would be an extra prize up. I think they may have had access to reversal, so the game would have been different. But we would have taken care of Grudge Dive, um, Basque Legion a turn earlier, which would have set them back one energy on the board. This 30 damage on Mimikyu too, and then this would Whaler would have 120 marked or 90 marked on it, right? And so then we could maybe punch in with Dragapult because we got rare candy Dragapult here. Um, so yeah, it's just like when it's a game of inches. It's such a game of inches, and so each game, like one decision point, is going to affect so much of what you're doing, especially when you're playing at this level against players as skilled. Like Porg is a great player, and we're playing a deck that takes take those inches and it like exacerbates it. We're playing with centimeters. It's because of the way that our deck is designed, and it's something I enjoy. So we're struggling a bit here because of that. And then here's Guzma. Guzma on my draw engine. It's just like, what are we doing, Jet? What are we doing? Yeah, actual factual. I mean, we draw the Gallade. I mean, what the? I'm done. I can't play that game anymore. That sucks. That sucks. All right. Don't let my experience with Twinleaf though. This tournament be your indicator of what it's like. It's good. Just it wasn't good today. It wasn't good today for us. We were playing Mimikyu. All right. I submitted that I lost, right? Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's see where the tournament is at. Pairings. Everyone is done. Up Tomb Spirit and Aiden. Are they still playing? I don't know which one Aiden is. Oh, this is how you know. Pork's such a good person. And makes me want to be a better person. So bugs happen. All right. Yeah, I guess we'll let there because again, I don't know if Aiden is JRS, whatever, but it looks like maybe they didn't check in. So we'll let that maybe go for a bit here and see if there's like an actual report. Um, don't think it matters too much, right? Can anyone confirm about Aiden and Aiden's username? Is Aiden JRS Sneasley or Snively? Anyone play against him? If you're in here with us. All right, but let's. I haven't talked about the deck list, but let's talk about the deck list here and about what I would change for it. And the answer is probably nothing because if Mimikyu works in those games, I'm feeling really confident about where we are. So I love Oricorio plus the Glaring Articuno package. That's kind of been like the new hotness recently, and I think it's just 100% correct to play. You got to do it. When you play those two, you got to play Clavel. Clavel gets both of them to hand, so you can do both the things from hand, and you can have aggressive starts, and you can go from there. Oh, thanks, Eli. Yeah, I'm assuming he didn't check in. I just wanted to make sure that that was the person they were still playing. 'Cause if they hadn't been playing, then I'd do it. But thanks, I can always reset it. Oh, okay. Tomb Spirit. They didn't check in. I'm playing somebody else now. So did you win then, Tomb Spirit? Just so I can confirm and then finish the tournament. Cool. I'm going to confirm it. All right. End the round in the tournament. Let's get our final standings. All right, sweet stuff. Good games tonight, guys. But anyway, yeah, the deck list back to it. Clavel works really well with those two, Galarian Articuno, and with um, the Oricorio to hand, lets you get a potential third starter. I love the unknown. The reason why I play the unknown and the reason why Icy Briar, whose list this was originally, the reason why I really like the unknown in this style of list is because you're running, Clara plus Tulip. So you can turn these into like, get, three other things back plus draw one more card deeper into your deck. So it's just kind of like, oh, hey, like if I have to burn a Clara or a Tulip early, I can still get some value out of it with this unknown. So kind of nifty. I like that a lot there too. I have started the unknown. It's got to be on the bench to be able to discard to draw. I think the deck is one special energy short. Obviously, after that, I kind of wanted another special energy. Horror makes a lot of sense. Does Jet Energy make any sense? Probably not, to be honest. Jet Energy works with everything but Dragapult, but I think you want your Dragapult to do the thing. So I might try to fit a Horror Energy in here before I go to Atlanta. I think this is one of the decks I'm going to be playing in Atlanta. I just love it so much. I want another attacker too. Like Mimikyu can take some, Dragapult can take some. You're going to loop Galarian Articuno if possible, and then Gallade can take some. And then beyond that, how many prizes is that per game? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this usually happens 5 and then 6 maybe. So maybe we have enough if we play our recovery right. Just like prizing can get a little rough when you're like relying on Clara and Tulip and you don't have energy coming back to you all the time. So I do want one more energy recovery card too. I think Super Rod might be necessary, but that's great. Limit Break Mewtwo's on my list. It's a bad starter, but Side Pump actually would have a lot of synergy with this list. I was thinking about it today because I'm always just putting energy in the discard, whether that's Galarian Articuno or something else. So being able to, use that first attack on stall turns would be fine. Um, usually on the stall turns, you do want to go up into Wob though, and having another bad starter. That's just kind of where I'm at with Mewtwo. I think Mewtwo would be great, but Mewtwo, the 180 Latios are two that are in my mind. But I just think I need another way to get back energy into my deck. Yeah, the KFC Mewtwo is the one that puts the supporter back on top of your deck. I actually always think about playing those in decks like this, especially when you're playing a card like Clavel, right? Because I think it has 120 HP. Let's see if I can get KFC Mewtwo. Hopefully, I just type in KFC Mewtwo and it pops up, right? It does. Um, yeah, 120 HP. But yeah, if you don't know about KFC Mewtwo, check it out. It's a sick card. I love it. I love it so much. Your Psychic Lost deck isn't blinged out till then. But anyway, that's the deck. Like it a lot. Scuba Net OG, so busted. Would have 100% played again, even with the Mimikyu. But cool. Well, hey everyone, thanks for hanging out with us. Had a lot of fun times playing the event. I know I got frustrated there with the Mimikyu bugs, but we're gonna get them solved. That's our goal. Hey, let's just solve the problem. We don't complain. We fix problems, or we complain and then we fix the problems. And so hopefully we can get this information to devs, and devs can get Mimikyu working right ASAP. But anyway, see you guys. I won't be back this week for anything else besides Atlanta. So I'll see you guys in Atlanta. Try my best to do some maybe like backpack streams while I'm there. I've got my phone, I got my stand, I got some lights, I got some mics. We'll see what we can do, but no promises on quality. We'll see how good I can get it without testing it in a real space. But hey, besides that, again, see you guys all soon.